All right. Bilal Hussain, writer, director,
Yes, and
filmmaker.
yes,
Yes. Welcome to the show, Bilal. Thank you so
thank
much for
you.
being here.
Yes.
You've made several shorts. Today we're going to be talking about Jessica. It is a unique short film. It's a unique take on a relationship breakup with a woman who's blind. It's a very interesting piece. Bilal, what was the inspiration for you to make this film?
Well, my the actress who plays Jessica, she can't see very well. I think it's about 6 inches she can see. So every time she have to read, maybe from the mobile, then she have to do like this in order to read stuff. I've known her name is Netja, and I've known her for more than 10 years now, and. I made about three short films at the point when I made Jessica, and I was trying to figure out what should I write about. So I had this idea that there should be a disabled character who breaks up with her boyfriend, and at the first time when I wrote the first draft, it was about a woman sitting in a wheelchair, and then uh, it didn't really pan out. So I knew Netia, and I asked her, is it okay if I made a fictional storyline, um, being her with her disability? And she said yes. And then I asked her if she want to act in the film. She never acted in her life, but as a journalist like me and her, she said yes. She was comfortable in front of the camera, and then I just wrote the piece. And Fresh Point, she read it and she said, "Yeah, let's do it." But she's not fully blind. She can see and she can do everything, but she needs to when she has to read or something, that has to be very close to her eyes. And
Mm,
then the inspiration just came from my friend, basically.
mm, mm. Well, there's a story of betrayal and disability. And I think, with Jessica, it seems like, we all have our own disabilities in some way, shape, or form. And some of them are, clear and other people can see them and they're transparent. And sometimes they're not. We just, hinder ourselves from the ability to do certain things. So, you know, um, it kind of leads into the second question to play it forward is, can you speak to the message that you feel the film saying now in retrospect, now that you look at it, after you've written it, after you shot it, what do you think the message of the film is?
I think the message is kind of clear that although anyone have a disability, it should not it should not stop them in any way to do anything in life. It's kind of also a motivation to just keep doing what you're kind of doing, and also that normal people who don't have any kind of disability, they should also kind of see through that and help the other person if you are in a relationship. I also have a disability. Yeah, it's called a triple A syndrome, which means that I'm not physically strong. My esophagus is blocked, so when I eat, the food goes slowly down, and then my kidneys don't produce hydrocortisone. So I also have a few things that I have in my daily life, but it doesn't stop me in any way to do any kind of stuff. And also like filmmaking, it takes a lot of energy. It's also very physical kind of job. You have to, you know, all the time when you're a director, you have to be on, like on the spot, right?
Yeah.
So, so in that terms, nothing kind of stopped me. And that's my motivation to just keep on going. So I think the message is also like, never give up. Keep moving until you can't do it anymore.
That's beautiful, Bilal. Thank you.
Yeah.
Um, where do you draw your strength and inspiration from?
Well, I love watching movies. I love watching short films as well, and series. And when I was a kid, I watched film with my dad, and he loves films as well. Um, and sometime I just say to him, "Hey, you didn't make a film. You're a professor. How come?" That's kind of strange, And he's like, where we come from Pakistan, you don't have so many opportunities, and mostly the kids, they are highly educated, right? So sometimes, like, you'll pursue my dreams, and like, yeah, I'm already making so many films, but the inspiration is between watching kind of films, short films, and series, and most of them are like the Dark Knight trilogy by Christopher Nolan, and Martin Scorsese. He's like a genius in making those crime and gangster films like Goodfellas, um, Taxi Driver. Well, Taxi Driver is not a gangster film, but like The Departed, So all these big directors, writers, I continuously see their films, right, and also new films, and then I draw my, okay, if they have done something good and new, what can I do in terms of making a new film which will inspire people, um, and also my new film, well, new from it's from 2020. It's called The Wheelchair and the Trap. It's not out anywhere, but it's also a crime drama and fiction film, and it has something new to it as well.
Did you say it was a feature?
No, it's a short film.
Short. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
when it's out, please share it with us.
Yes. And also there's a Jessica Part Two also running at film festivals. Also, it's not out yet. Also a short film, but I'll share it when those films are coming out.
Okay. Thank you, Bilal.
Yeah.
And Bo, last question for Play It Forward is, since you've made Jessica and maybe some of your other more recent films, whichever you'd like to discuss, whatever comes to mind first, how have you been changed
As a filmmaker,
as a filmmaker, as just as a person? What have you learned?
well, I have learned that filmmaking is very hard.
Yeah.
As an independent filmmaker, it's extremely hard. Also, when you have a daily job, right? How has it changed me? It's a tough question because um, I love what I do. Um, I think it has changed me. I've got a lot of motivation, and I've got a lot of kind of patience as well,
Mm,
because the first four short films I made from 2011 to 18, um, they were not good. I was very experienced. Um, Also, I did everything myself, and I still do everything myself. But I've got experience, so I think it has kind of changed me in a way that I've got more experience in a way. But I'm still learning,
mm,
because I've not made a feature film yet, but I'm writing, and I'm also collaborating with the lead actress I have found for next year. So I think it has given me patience, but I'm still trying to get better at it.
It's
You know,
awesome.
yeah,
It sounds like it's also giving you perspective. I think it's
yeah,
very important to be able to look at your work critically and objectively,
yeah.
and to be able to stand in perspective where you can say, okay, this is something I did well, this is something I
Yeah.
can improve upon and
Um,
grow.
yeah, and when I made Jessica, it was my fourth film, right?
Hmm.
And I wanted to be the actor. I wanted to play that Casper
Uh-huh.
character, and we did that. I had a camera guy who's my friend as well, and I keep just messing up the lines, and then I messed up very much a lot of things. We had to do it all over again. I had to find a new guy to play Casper, and girlfriend for him who was you know in the one scene. So it was just horrible, and also the white balance. I just shook everything, so that's why it's white and black.
Mm. Hmm.
And the other film I sent you, the Esper Crime Family, I um I thought that it was gonna be a really good gangster film. I wanted to have that the Godfather look with the hands and the the suits and everything, but it didn't pan out. The first 5-10 minutes of the film, I see it like sometimes I just look at my own films and I think, why shouldn't I just cut everything in the first 5-10 minutes and made it it's about 26 minutes, and it could be down to 10 to 15 minutes. So it's just like, no, gotta do it better. And that's why it just motivates me
Yeah,
to just keep doing what I do.
that's
So
awesome.
it was horrible. The first five films, not good.
Well, it's very inspiring, Bilal. I really appreciate your honesty and
Yeah.
your self-reflection. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. Bilal Hussain, thank you so much for being on Play It Forward.
Thank you.